Troopers and grinders. It is your boy, Hank the Tank, your Grand Admiral, the seer of all near and far, master of my domain, which is an apocalyptic wasteland with not a sign of life, no valuable resources or food. And tonight, I will be going over the card that was Hernandez versus Delidze, break down every single fight that I at least saw, as well as go over the very first edition of one of my favorite series that occurs, that is produced by the UFC this time every year. Contender series, the future of the UFC, and all the potential stars of next 5 or 6 years, all compete for a spot in the UFC. The real Ultimate Fighter, Troopers and Grinders, the real Ultimate Fighter, and I have picked all 5 fights for the event, and hopefully you agree. Although I will say, the last couple of fights on the card might, you know, I think there are different perspectives on it, and it was very difficult for me to narrow this shit down, but I was able to. So I hope you guys enjoyed my predictions there. Might go over the Paramount deal that the UFC was able to reach. Thank God. Rest and piss to ESPN Plus. Right here, pal. Right here. Glad you're done. Uh, Worst streaming service for sports right now, I would say. Absolutely screws over anybody who wants to watch Ultimate Fighter. Pay-per-views are $80, $90. Now, guess what, guys? Now pay-per-views only cost, or even if you can even call them pay-per-views now, only cost you $9, ladies and germs, $9, $8 or $9 to watch pay-per-view quality shows. Every single UFC show, every single piece of UFC content and material, $8, my friends. And listen, I know that we all stream this shit. None of us are really actually buying this crap, but for those who do, you now have a pretty good deal, my friends, and you don't have to uh, pay half your rent into watching UFC's steaming pile of bullcrap. Now you can watch it for pennies on the dollar, which is honestly very fair for the quality of content that they produce. What's happening? What's happening is old Hanketh Tanketh will be running down the whole card that happened last Saturday, as well as giving my predictions for the five fight card on Contender Series Week 1, Dana White's Contender Series Week 1. I will be going through every single fight. That's with ads, which is around $13. Is that what Paramount Plus has been charging in general? Like, even regardless of UFC stuff, or is this like a new thing? Is this additional stuff? Like, where'd you hear about this from, or do you already have a Paramount subscription? It's still relatively cheap. They'll probably raise it to, my guess is to around $18. Still very fair. Still, I mean, not as much as a McDonald's meal, which is really saying something these days. So still very, very cheap in my opinion, especially given what the price of pay-per-views has been before. Face orange biting nails, face orange biting nails. Without ads. Oh. Oh, well, I mean, that is an option. It is optional to get rid of ads, and that will of course cost more, but it's an option nonetheless. With ads, it's still very cheap. Who would win in if it hypothetically happened, Makayev or Tatsuro Taira? It's an interesting proposition. God, Cap wasn't able to beat him, but then again, he broke his toe. Taira's pretty good. He almost beat Royval. I would say Tatsuro Taira, because Makayev has looked super desperate in the third round of pretty much every fight aside from the Cap fight for some godforsaken reason. And the UFC is always having some come from behind victory, and I doubt that Taira gets out wrestled by anybody. Hank, what's up, buddy? Let's get real. Chimaev is the most overrated fighter ever and is going to get smoked by the King of Africa. And I would have to agree with you, Johnny Monday. I do have Dricus du Plessis beating Hamzat Chimaev this Saturday. I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna stuff most of the takedowns, especially in round one. I think he's gonna neutralize the wrestling through just being a big motherfucker. And then once round one ends, it's pretty much over for Chimaev as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I don't know. I think Dricus is going to be very prepared, and he's got a frame that's sort of perfect for somebody like Chimaev. First, actually, let me check. You are 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. You are fifth. You are not first. You are fifth. But sorry, I just had to make a simple correction. But you were close. You were close. 5 minutes in, they gave ads and no ads. I thought you chose between having ads and having no ads. Is that a thing? Oh, they have ads and no ads. Yeah, exactly. It's an option. Gore already got Paramount. Good for you, Matua. I mean, have you been using streaming services like ESPN Plus to watch your UFC? Let's get a good Bob from Mikhail. Let me try to translate this. I will. Like stream? Thank you, Vinny. Yes, absolutely, folks. Absolutely. I have to look into this. I have to know what this Russian man said. Anybody speak or type Russian here? But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good deal for those who are still gullible enough to pay for UFC content. Honestly, like I can understand people not wanting to since like 2020, you know? It's just not worth it. One second, troopers and grinders. And then we will get into the recap. Shut up, me. Uh-oh. Computer overheating. And there you are, you Russian fuck. Sorry. God almighty. No. I'm going to read some comments in the meantime. Do you know ESPN got all the revenue for the pay-per-views, aside from a small amount that went to top fighters? ESPN's literally the worst. I'm so glad that UFC ditched their asses. They are so bad. They did not deserve a single penny. ESPN was like a match made in hell with the UFC as far as I'm concerned. What did Russian Man say? Oh my god, they didn't even show Russian Man. Oh well, I mean, well, shit, whatever. I guess it was spam. Spammity spam. ESPN got all the revenue. Yeah, they're a bunch of cheap, selfish, greedy bastards. I'm so effing pumped about the Paramount deal. I mean, do you want to just watch the pay-per-views on services, Western Mass, or do you use sites? I mean, if you don't use sites, then it is a big deal. If you do use sites, it's business as usual. Hank, what the hell, bro? When has Hamzat ever gassed? Ever? Usman? He lost 2 rounds. Should have been a draw. Against Gilbert, he got rocked and dropped by Gilbert Burns. His hardest fights, he won the 3rd. He did not win the 3rd against Usman. He didn't win the 3rd against Usman. Usman beat... Usman won rounds 2 and 3 very clearly. Nah, no way. That's not true at all. DD paint, stuff and shit. We'll see. I don't know. I think he's got a lot of advantages to stuff the takedowns. Skill gap is wide. What skill? Hamzat has one skill. And then when that skill doesn't pay off, he has no other skills to show. DDP has wrestling and striking. Obviously, the skill gap is in his favor. Hamzat round 1 sub, or no, round 2 KO is never going to happen in a million years. Sorry. Round 1 sub is your best bet. Any other one doesn't really make any sense. But Matua, DDP going to survive and win? He is. He's big. I mean, again, are we just assuming that DDP's not going to train for this? I have ESPN for fight nights, not for pay-per-views. I guess it's a good deal then. Duh. Well, it is what it is. I mean, I did switch my pick from Cannoneer to MVP, but I couldn't stray from this one. I wonder where the Volta fights are going to go from ESPN. Hopefully to Paramount, but something tells me that they don't really give a shit. 1 second, guys. Hold on. Just had some cheesecake, so my throat's fucking dying. Jesus Christ, I got a fucking loogie somewhere. Anyway. Hopefully they go to Paramount Plus, but if not, they'll probably end up on the UFC's YouTube channel. I'll pay for your UFC content. Thank you. You could vote. You could pay for it right now. That'd be nice. I know the Russian alphabet, but I don't speak Russian. You could tell the letters then, right? I guess it's gone. Never mind. Making only fights. God, no. The only women who are going to see that are my beloved, the ones I try to find online. But nobody's coming for this. ESPN was awesome. I cannot agree with you, Matua. I just cannot for the life of me agree with you on that. I'm sorry. ESPN's trash. The trash for multiple sports, not just UFC. You said whore. Yeah, I could use a few. Why not? Back in my day, we watched on cable and beer was delivered by horseback. Of course. Did they let you know that the British were coming at some point? No, I buy every pay-per-view. I feel bad for you, Western Mass Climber. Western is wealthy. I mean, he makes a fair amount from being the Western Mass Climber out on the line, the Wichita lineman. Hanky, the Christmas poo. He loves me. I love you. Hello, IRL Robin. It's been a while, man. How's it going? Good to see you. Paramount Plus. Ugh. I mean, I just gotta say it, guys. Paramount is a fairly greedy corporation and conglomerate that has killed their programming for the sake of making deals and whatever benefits them. So I could see a future where Paramount ends up dumping the UFC for greener pastures. Got to be honest. They're not a very trustworthy organization. No, I'm not, Matua, especially in recent years. So I would not be the most confident in a long-lasting relationship with Paramount. Have you been, Barber? Yeah. I've been doing all right. Just keeping on with the channel and just grinding. I am a trooper and a grinder. I am the master of trooping and grinding. Western, it costs over $1,000 to buy all the pay-per-view. Exactly. Non the AM knows. DDP doesn't have offensive wrestling, and his defensive wrestling is worse. He actually does have offensive wrestling, and he was one of the very few who took down Israel Adesanya. He submitted Israel Adesanya. He took down Robert Whittaker. Are we forgetting this? Boob, I'm well aware. Boob. Hank MMA Hole said, you spazzed out on him. He wants to know why, because he thought you seemed chill and cute. I spazzed out on him because I've seen evidence of some things that he's done in his past. I've honestly haven't liked him the since the Guru video where he sent a donation to him and he freaked out while he had Mexican martial arts MMA experts and Lucas Tracy all on stream, and he freaked out over a single super chat. Also, if the rumors are true that he left his IP address in Giuliano's chat, then I mean that's just reckless and sort of insane. So I don't know. I just don't respect someone who's willing to put so much of your personal life on the line just to get at somebody, to be one up on somebody. I just don't understand it. He seems, I don't know, he just seems petty to me. I don't know. I mean, he also cursed out Refucho, called him a backstabber and a piece of shit, and let his friends just go to town on him. So yeah, you mess with my friends, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and the enemy of my friend is my enemy as well. So just don't F with my friends. Does DDP have any one tap KOs? Hamzat did that to a UFC fighter, one touch. He's just thrown a punch and knocked somebody down and out. So, I mean, you haven't been following DDP's career. He's literally just knocked somebody out with one counter punch. So, copying clown. In what way? How? I'm actually showing my face, Wash Clown Show, because I'm not a scared little bitch. Sorry, I'm not a fucking bot. Copying clown. Or is he talking about Moe's? In which case he is right. Yes. Watch Clown Show is absolutely right about Moe's copying clown, because all he does is just rely on panels and other people that are more entertaining than him to keep the show running along. So in that way, yes, very much so. He is copying clown. He lets his community do the work for him. 185 Kamzat is scary. Dricus Duplessis is scary. Clown, what's up, bro? Didn't have headphones, so I couldn't tune. I don't think that's the clown. I think that's one of his friends. God, I'm going to be so behind. I was banging this girl so good the other night that she thought I was Vincenzo. Wow. Hey, that's credit to Vinny the Guinea. He is the sex god. He is sex Allah in this entire country. No, the Russian guy said whore. Yeah, wonderful. I doubt it. Or I doubt that he's accurate with that. Hanky, the Christmas Jew, he loves me. I love you, Babala. Oh, come on, you need to finish your gefilte fish and lox on your bagel, or else you're not going to spin the dreidel. Aw, Mom. Or else you're not going to get circumcised. There's no pleasing Hank. There is, actually. I just have high standards. Negative ass Hank. I am just very direct, and people who don't like me being direct, whatever, man. I do not see the world with rose tinted glasses unless they are democratic socialist, but I weigh the positives and negatives of everything, so I'm never just completely blind to something, especially corporations. Let's be real, guys. Corporate sponsorships and deals and alliances, they're the rulers of this country. Why should I be positive about anything they do? Are you a blue collar or white collar kind of guy? Blue collar. I'll always support the blue collars. Although I will say the blue collars more often than not screw over this country with their votes. So, but I care about them in terms of they're the ones who are suffering. He's a Mandarin collar. I think that would actually look pretty good on me. I think Matua might be right. I am the Mandarin. Offensive wrestling, bro. Stop. Yeah, I know. Brad DeFaris took him down. Robert did too. He took down Robert. Are we forgetting that DDP took down Robert? I guess we just like to see what we want to see. Brad DeFaris took him down when he was just getting started. Okay. Chimaev has his worst performances have been 2 of his last 3 fights. Derek Brunson. Yeah, and what did he do? He took Brunson down and then destroyed him. Israel Adesanya's wrestling sucks, and yet nobody has submitted him or dominated him on the ground except Dricus. Izzy and Strickland are not all that. Strickland was able to knock out Abos. I haven't seen anybody else who's been able to do it. DDP would never take Fluffy down. I don't think anybody can take Fluffy down. I think Fluffy's probably, I mean, we'll see what happens with Hamzat. If he wins, then he's definitely got the best wrestling at middleweight. But if he fails this, then Fluffy's the best wrestler. Hank, you aware that Big Unk MMA is a little guy? Well, now I know who this is. I did not know this. But you gave yourself away there. Hunter, get off the alt. Yep. We know. Guy says little guy like it's preschool. I know. I bet he's a fucking midget. So it's ironic that he calls anybody little guy. No soul, Hank. No, I say I do have a soul. It's just very focused. And some people don't like it. That's okay. I use my brain more than my soul. Hamzat mauls Sean and Izzy in round 1. I would say that you're right. But Dricus is not Sean or Izzy, in my opinion. DDP went to do a decision with Sean Strickland. I beat the shit out of Sean Strickland, too. Pereira is the only other guy who's dominated him to that extent. Hank, if you were on a nature walk in the woods and you found a baby and God appeared saying the baby would become Big Unk MMA, would you still raise it? I would probably send the baby to Child Protective Services or an orphanage, if I was being honest. I mean, there are services for orphans. If DDP and Kamzat were bigger, who has the better chance of beating Prime Jones? John Jones doesn't really get taken down by anybody, so I'd say Kamzat gets neutralized and destroyed. DDP sort of reminds me of a smaller Tom Aspinall, but he is very drunk with the striking and slow. I'd say neither of them beat Jones, but I'd say that Dricus has a better chance. Do you think Sean Brady will become a welterweight champion? Yeah, it just depends on who gets the title shot against Jack Della Maddalena. I don't know. I think there's still a little bit of that Sean Brady that lost to Bilal Muhammad, but again, it's just a scramble for who gets the title shot against Jack first, especially if Islam wins. UFC needs an American champion. Somewhere down the line, maybe, but not as soon as you would think. I'll wait until the good competition's gone. What is your opinion of the Nintendo GameCube? It has Luigi's Mansion, right? It has Super Mario Sunshine. What else is on the GameCube? I don't play that one very often. Doesn't that game have Katamari Damacy or something? GameCube games. Sorry, I'm a complete Nintendo casual. Just play the old stuff. I mean the old stuff, like 80s, No Melee, Mario Sunshine. Let's see, what are the others though? There really aren't too many. Let me take a look. Paper Mario's there. Zelda, Golf. I like Golf. Pikmin is pretty good. Jungle Beat, Christ's sake. Metroid. Ooh, Metroid Prime. Nice. I'd say it's pretty good. Pretty good. Not like maybe not top tier though. Probably like A or B tier. A lot of people play Melee on that, but gotta evaluate it on how many great games it has. Paper Mario, that's right. Yeah, I've been I started playing Paper Mario at some point, but I fell off. At some point the graphics just went fucking crazy. Paramount deal has me so hyped. $12 a month for all cards. Just imagine how the White House card will be. Yeah, but at the same time, again, you could just find a website and it'll still look super crisp in HD. So, why not just watch it for free? I'd probably buy it for like the additional content they have rather than the regular shows or the mainstream shows, Anyway, now that everybody's cleared out, it's time for me to get into my recap of the show. So buckle up, buckaroos. Here it comes. Buckle up, buckaroos. Show me the money. There we go. Hank, thoughts on the DOJ saying they will deport American citizens to Liberia if they criticize Israel? No surprise there. Again, Trump said to Joe Biden during their presidential debate that he was being too mean to Israel. That was his critique of Biden's diplomatic policy overseas in Israel, is that he was too mean to Netanyahu and Israel, too cruel to them. So no surprise there. They'll target and crack down on anybody who disagrees with them and who they see as a political enemy. So, but they do their worst to people who criticize Israel. Mahmoud Khalil was detained and put in a prison in Louisiana for months. So, yeah, Trump wants resorts on the Gaza Strip. So he's pure psychotic Zionist. Anakin, gotta ask you something. Has it occurred to you that your username is wicked homosexual? Wow. Anakin Skywalker is a pretty effeminate character, so it's actually very understandable. And you know what, troopers and grinders? I hate the sand. It's coarse, it's rough, and it gets everywhere. So I don't even want to talk about it. But we have our first fight. We had our first fight between Cody Brundage and Eric Mechanico. Cody Bummage, and he's Anakin's very right to call him Cody Bumditch because that's how he fought in this one. He cannot even beat the lowest level of regional MMA. I would say cut him from the UFC. He has used every opportunity to try to get out of losses, and he's been successful. He is literally just sucking the UFC dry, no ditty, and just stealing their money and stealing their contracts and booking time by showing up when he's absolutely terrible. So yeah, get rid of him. This is your chance. My username is just fine, West. But anyway, Eric McConaughey. God, what do I even remember from this fight? God, what even happened? I think Eric McConaughey was beating the crap out of Cody Brundage for like 80% of this fight. And then Cody Brundage would just do a barroom brawl. And, every once in a while he'd send McConaughey like running for the hills. And then he just shoots some random ass takedown where he just grabbed the legs and then go like that and just beg. He was just desperate that he'd keep the legs and that he'd just stay on top for the entirety of the round. Of course, that didn't happen. Then Eric McConaughey would just get back up and keep beating up Cody Brundage. I honestly think that McConaughey won this fight. I think he won the first and the third, probably. Brundage just looked awful on the feet. We thought that he was just going to knock him out like Ruzabov did, but ended up not being the case. Light heavyweight too. That's crazy. I don't know if that explains anything that happened here, but Konako just looked better. Honestly, he looked pretty decent against Ruzabov before Ruzabov just knocked him out. But Cody Brundage can't get that knockout in 3 or 4 minutes, then he's just not going to win. I think that's what we need to realize, troopers and grinders, is that if he cannot get the knockdown early, then he's just not gonna finish the fight or win it at all. So as soon as the first round elapsed, this thing was over, sort of like how it's going to go for Khamzat Chimaev. But basically, yeah, Cody Brundage, he tried to get a random ass knockout, couldn't get it, and so he lost. There were crazy scorecards all over the place. You could argue that Bumdidge won just because more judges should have given the second round to Cody Brundage, but honestly, I don't think he even won the third. So it's it's very, very competitive, very controversial. But guys, we should honestly count our blessings here because Cody Brundage is one of the worst things to happen to the UFC middleweight division. So I think it's best that we just let it happen naturally and just move on and forget the name Cody Brundage ever existed. Big Stank MMA. Now that's what I'm talking. Now there's some homoerotic stuff there. Yeah, just let him go. Let him go peacefully, guys. Let Cody Brundage vanish into the darkness. If you don't comply, you get assassinated. Wait, what are we talking about here? Oh, well, yeah, in terms of the Zionist Israel shit, absolutely. Cody was shooting desperate takedowns. Yeah, and he didn't even do anything with it once he got on top. He really is he is Bumdage. Just absolutely embarrassing stuff. Makes me sad to be a UFC fan sometimes, calling his fights. He looks so low level even when he wins. Can you say Eric McConaughey in a quote unquote Japanese accent? Eric McConaughey. Let me think. Eric McConaughey. Eric McConaughey desu ka? Eric McConaughey-san. どうですか? No way in hell Eric McConaughey won the third. I mean, yeah. Cody Bumdage did come back a little bit. It could have gone to Cody Bumdage, but honestly, both these guys are god awful. I was hardly paying attention, if I'm being honest. Yeah. Well, thank you, Hank. No problem, Matua. No problem. My pleasure. But we move on to a pleasure, man. Where is he? We move on to our second fight from the card, which was Gabriela Fernandez beating Julia Stolyarenko by decision. I think Fernandez got very lucky that she made Julia bleed. I think early in the fight, made her bleed, busted her open. Honestly, looked very tentative and very gun shy for most of this thing. Was not looking like the fighter we saw against Kong Wang. But I think it's just a matter of if you don't give Fernandez anything, if you're not super aggressive, she's not going to look good. Like if you're mid, like she's going to take you to a close fight. It has to be a high pace for her to look fantastic, because otherwise she just has no need to just throw up head kicks and do some marauder like shit. Like she just, tentatively, little kick. Like she just looks like every other amateurish mid-ass UFC fighter. And I mean, I guess that was just enough for her to win the fight. But honestly, this was a bad look for Gabriel Fernandez, and it just makes you think, how the hell did she beat Kong Wang? Nice. Tua likes it. That was good. Thank you. Hi, I'm 18 now. Kobe Wiggle has turned 18, folks. He has finally become a man. He's done the man dance. Let's fucking go, Kobe Wiggle. He did it for you guys, dude. For you guys. Let's go, Kobe. Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy. Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy. Yummy, 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 yummy. Fruit salad. You're dead, Marty Fake Newsman. You're dead. You're dead. I think Marty from Nebraska's scared. I think Marty's just some bum farmer. He gets pharmaceuticals from his dad. He gets EPO from his daddy and his mommy. I think Marty's scared. I don't think he wants to fight the interim champion. I don't think he wants to fight the interim champion, Colby Covington. You're dead, Marty Newsman. You're dead. I'm dead. My career's dead. Fernandez got some good wins, Judice and Kong. Yeah, just did not look good here, unfortunately. Sad. Ooh, baby. let's talk about this one. I'm excited. There's a WWE haunted house going to Universal Studios Hollywood Horror Nights. Nice. Sign me up. I'm going to let a certain someone know about that. I will definitely look into that, Kobe Wiggle. Thank you. I am now interested in the WWE haunted house. Probably better than the Harry Potter ride. Trust. I like it. I like your thinking, Kobe Wiggle. But we then had Uros Medic, the doctor. I don't know why he's called the doctor. He should just be called the medic. Taking on Gilbert, the RGV bad boy. Stealing, fucking biting Tito Ortiz. Another reason for me to not like Gilbert Urbina. But the medic, took on Gilbert Urbina, and god damn, guys, how the hell does Medic get dropped in every single one of his fights? Like, his chin is just glass. He's literally the definition of throwing stones from glass houses. He's just lucky if like the stone hits somebody, because otherwise, like, they're gonna retaliate with like a fucking cannonball being shot through his glass house and just smash that fucking glass jaw of his and put him out. He's very lucky he survived against Gilbert Urbina. Like, this fight proves that anybody, like, literally, I could probably crack Urs Medic on the chin if I wanted to. He's that chinny. He's Terrence McChinney. But luckily, as Anakin points out in the chat, Urbina has somehow a worse chin, because, oh god, who did he let knock him out? This was before Medic. Who was it? Oh god, somebody who was like really low level knocked him out. I remember. Who was it? Troopers and grinders, somebody tell me. Oh, I'm so old. Charles Radke. You left Charles Radke knock him out. So if Radke can knock you out, then Uros Medic can do it too. And Urbina just let that right hand from Medic just boom go right through his fucking face. Down he went. It was a beautiful knockout, honestly. It reminded me of who did it remind me of? Dan Ige when he knocked out Andre Fili. Just that explosive punch that just bam puts him right on the canvas. One more for good measure. Bam, right on top. Badass finish from Uros Medic, and he is a badass fighter if he has no adversity whatsoever. But once he deals with some adversity, it's just very, very bad for him. So he needs to work on that striking defense, or he's going to get knocked out badly, and it's not just going to be by Soriano, dude. It feels like Uros is he's getting that Cody Garbrandt at flyweight chin. You know what I'm saying? This dude also got slept by Trayshawn Gore. Embarrassing, dude. Yeah, that's might have to cut him. Sorry, guys. He got KO'd by Radke. Yeah, I mean, literally the hits keep on coming for Gilbert Urbina. Greatest hits of Gilbert Urbina getting knocked out flat. Speaking of getting knocked out flat, we then had a very exciting finish. How about Jocelyn Edwards, Troopers and Grinders? She is very underrated now when it comes to power and timing of striking. Like, Jocelyn Edwards is very excellent these days. She used to just be a wrestler, like carpet bagging wrestler, and now look at her, man. She knocks out Chelsea Chandler. Couldn't run away from Jocelyn Edwards, and then boom, knocks out the in your head, zombie, your head. Anyway, yeah, Jocelyn Edwards knocks out the power puncher in Priscilla Cachoeira. Super shocking. I did not expect to go this way, but that is what happened. Hold on one second. So yeah, the zombie wanted a war with Jocelyn Edwards, and it was like, Razor Ramon. You want a war? You actually want a war? You got one. And that's what happened. She got one because Jocelyn Edwards hit her with a perfect counter left, slumped Priscilla out cold. The zombie got, killed again, got her head blown off with the shotgun. You know what I'm saying? and it was very impressive. But yeah, Jocelyn Edwards has really good striking, and we've just figured that out, troopers and grinders. I will drop the link. You know what? I'll drop it to anyone. All comers can show up in the chat too, so you can all come and get it if you want. I'm not scared no more, unless you're a certain individual, in which case, yeah, not having you. But she really wanted to finish, but got slept herself. Yeah, it's usually what happens with Priscilla Capoeira. She wants a banger and a back and forth brawl either way, but she either puts you out or she gets dominated or put out. Hey, I mean, at least she's giving us entertaining fights, win or lose. Got to appreciate that. Got to appreciate the ones who either sleep fighters or get slept. That's why I love Nate the Train. Cachoeira had her hands down the whole fight. Yeah, super low level. Linketh. In your head, zombie. Oh wow, actual emoji's nice. Remember when Edwards used to suck? Anderson Silva, you absolutely suck. I'm coming for the title, Anderson, except we're raising the stakes. Yeah, I mean, let's see. What was her competition? I forget. Didn't she get out grappled by Eileen Perez? Let me check that. Yeah, lost to Eileen Perez, who wasn't bad, honestly. Then Nora Cornell beat her, and that's pretty bad. Jessica Rose Clark beats her. Sarah Simmons, Jesus Christ. Yeah, well, she is massively improved since then. She's got the heart of a lion now. So, hey, we're all happy to see her kick some ass and chew some bubble gum. And then we had, maybe aside from the Fluffy Hernandez performance, my favorite moment of the night when Elijah Smith harnessed the power of Rampage Jackson, like got possessed by Rampage Jackson. Oh, look who we got here. It's my boy, Vinny the Kenny. How's it going, Vinny?
Yo,
What's up?
Hanky the Christmas Jew. What's up, bro?
Yeah, Hanky the Christmas Jew. He loves me. I love you. Howdy ho! Oh, Kyle, I was there at your bar mitzvah, Kyle. Whoa! I need to save
So
Christmas with
funny.
Santa. He's been held hostage by Iraqi soldiers. What? Oh no, not Rudolph. What is that? Where is he? No. Anyway,
Howdy ho, dude. Were you singing Valerie Broussard earlier?
I don't know. I don't know what I was singing. Honestly, I
That's
was singing.
Valerie Broussard, bro. That song's epic about 1917
I
and
was
kids
singing.
dying.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I think I was singing some
that's about what?
Cranberries Zombie. That's for sure. I was doing some Cranberries
Yeah,
and
it's
hitting some
zombie.
Cranberries. Vinny, Big Unc is very excited to see Vinny Da Skinny here in the Hank Tank
Unketh.
live stream. But tell us,
Unk,
Vinny,
we got Unk and Unk. What's up with that?
what is the deal with Anakin and Unc? I mean, pick a persona. What is the deal? How come I have to choose
With the
between
airplane food.
and Anakin MMA? What is the deal?
What's the deal?
Anyway,
Dude,
Vinny,
I
what do you think?
got I got fucking Whole Foods.
You got
I
what?
got two big things from Whole Foods. Check out
See?
this hot peppers in now, dude. Look at and all of
Yes,
that.
sir. What do you
It's
think of
bomb.
Elijah Smith getting? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh my God, that thing looks
Dude,
like.
look at all this fish.
Yeah, that looks like. I mean, if I went to the local radioactive waste plant, those are some good
Factual.
ingredients. There you go. Yeah, it looks like that thing could jump out of the little bin and just wrap itself onto my face, and then do like a space pulse. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me, and you'll be all alone. Oh, baby, telephone and tell me I'm your all. Check, please. But what do you think about Elijah Smith getting a Rampage Jackson ass Pride FC power bomb against this Kazan? I think the Japanese fighter brought the Rampage out of him, if you will.
I think he just wanted to bully him, and he had the size differential to do it. So
Yeah.
whenever you're bigger, you just feel like slamming.
If only Kazama had Leon Edwards coach, then he would have told him, "Don't let him bully us, son. Come on, Dad. You gotta bully us out
Don't let him bully you.
Don't let him bully us, son." Well, that is not the cloth from which Kazama is cut. I mean, that is a dejected power bomb right on his head.
Chef style. I want to make love to your woman. You gotta pull it out of the fire, Leon.
Yeah.
I want to make love by the fire.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, children. Kazama is someone who loves you no matter who you are. You're a lady boy. Come on, children. But you wait.
Hey, dude, is if you just tune it down 5 more IQ, you're a fat Albert.
Yeah, exactly. It used to be Bloods and Crips didn't get along. Now they're here because paraplegic saved them. Now they sing their song. Na na na, Crips and Bloods. Na na na, peace and love. Na na na, peace and love. I mean, come on, guys. Yeah, guys, come on. I mean, come on. We brought marshmallows and ginger ale. Yeah.
Hey, dude.
You can pass the blunt to your fella on the left. But yeah, it's just absolute trash. And I'm glad he got exposed. I'm glad people didn't rate him because of that god awful fighter from Cyprus who he miraculously subbed because he literally just fell asleep while on top of him. Smith was the opposite. He was wide awake, dude. He was on fucking estrogen high testosterone when he was in the armbar attempt of is that a popsicle? No no way, that's a popsicle. That's
just a piece of mango on a stick.
Nice. That might as well be a popsicle. Perfect. But yeah, Smith actually finds a knockout in the UFC. Who would have thunk it? And then we had and now who would have thunk that Julius Walker would have taken this absolute bum, this Brazilian bastard with zero talent whatsoever, absolute dullard, Rafael Sequeira, doesn't knock him out in 5 seconds, takes him all 3 rounds, gets rocked himself on the feet in round 3, should be cut for a win, in my opinion.
Looking human, that dullard over here, so generic, just looking like a clone like everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. Nowhere near as talented as Juicebox Julius Walker. Or is he? Almost finished.
Same talent level.
Give the man a contract, UFC. Give him a contract. Elijah hit he hit Kazama with a Batista bomb. By God. Triple H through the table. Good God Almighty, he is broken in half. I walk alone in a harmless pit of danger, a place where no one follows me. I walk alone. I'm sick of all these people talking about me. Yeah, I walk alone. Ref should have stopped the fight when Walker dropped Rafael. I don't know. I mean, we needed to show that Walker's an absolute bum who should get cut if he ever loses. So, I'm actually satisfied. Very bad, and we don't like that. But something we do like was Christian Leroy Duncan, CLD, showing why he belongs in the UFC and why we grew to love him and then hate him and then love him and then hate him again in the first place with a vicious spinning elbow over the guy who should honestly just go back to the NFL, like Greg Hardy, Eric Anders, who destroyed the career of Chris Weidman, the Idaho Weidman, Chris Weidman.
Idaho.
And it's annoying, man.
I'm on a live stream.
Chris Weidman, he knocked down Eric Anders, dude. He sent him down to the mat. was beating the shit out of him, and then Eric Anders came back and ruined it all. And it's honestly a very, very depressing memory. But I got revenge, sweet, cold revenge. Revenge, just like a mango, is a dish best served cold. And we got this here with the CLD landing the big spinning elbow. Was able to pretty much neutralize the wrestling of CLD. I mean Eric Anders, and then just boom, big spinning elbow right on the mush. Just he was on chicken strip legs after doing the chicken dance, and then
CLD sounds a lot like cold, and we like that. Except he's a little bit too dark for our taste. Might have to build a wall. We like that more.
we like CLD, but it's not as good as DJT, right? That's the better acronym. We like that, and we also
Or
like
ICE.
we also like ICE, and we like the DOJ. But you know what we don't like? We don't like the CDC, and that is why my other acronym RFK JR was able to get rid of it. We like our acronyms, don't we? And we like that. Your boy got slept. Literally, your boy. He calls himself your boy. He's not my boy. I can tell you that much. He's nowhere near my boy. So I'm glad he got finished, guys. Dude's an absolute dullard, Vinny. Just talentless bum. Nowhere near CLD's level. And so
Yeah, but CLD needs to he has to have that weight advantage over his opponent so he doesn't feel like he can win. There's no
that's
way
true.
he's missing that many times intentionally
Yeah.
or unintentionally.
Yeah, RoboCop beat the absolute shit out of it, and we like that. We love the cops.
And we
We like automated RoboCops. We like the T1000 when it absolutely shoots one of our employees to death, just riddles him with bullets over and over again.
wait, did you
Leroy,
say that's RoboCop Rodriguez? We don't like that. That last name, red flag Rodriguez.
even though he's Brazilian, and we don't like that because get out of here, Rodrigo. You're not fighting Volkanovski for the featherweight title. Adios, muchacho. Leroy
My name
looks
is Rodrigo Montoyo.
like
Prepare to die.
you kill my master. You kill the man who invented me. Prepare to die. Sayonara, RoboCop.
You killed my Fulzer. Prepare to die.
My name is not Rodriguez. It's Murphy. Leroy looked like prime John Jones with that elbow. For a split second, and then and then we just forgot about it after that. Hank, hey, Andrew Nance, good to see you. He's probably as gay as John Jones too. Probably just as closeted. I mean, look at him wear that hat backwards. He's hiding. Good to see you, Andrew Nance. RoboCop has aura. Yes, he does. He is one of my favorite middleweight fighters, and I'm very unhappy that he lost to Jared Cannonier.
Sujay, what's that video?
Whew, sorry. One second.
Answer the phone. Answer right now. You mother trolled. Sujay is calling you. Dude, I used to think Indian people were like not cool. And then I got an Indian friend, and then now I think Indian people are really cool. Dude, I have an Indian friend who reports to me on like the way that the turps taste out in India. It's like, and the turps taste earth and dirt, and it's like just completely black.
Sorry, can you hear me now? Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry, I just got an impromptu phone call. I gotta call my buddy back tomorrow. After this live stream is over. So, it is what it is. Can't abandon your friends, except when you're having a live stream, in which case it's perfectly fine. Jack Hermanson is still sleeping. Yeah, I mean he's he's sleeping just as well as J. Cole is right now. Just on a cloud. Having on cloud 9 right now. He's Jeff Kendrick, and so he's sleeping pretty well. But
you got any place for rent?
Who is more conscious right now,
You might
Vinny?
want to check.
Ben Askren or Ben Askren or Jack Hermanson? Oh, wait a minute. Vinny's probably doing something. Hold on. All right. But anyway, CLD got the finish, and we like that. Then we had a series of snooze fests and pretty boring decisions between Gene Matsumoto and Miles Johns. I guess it was controversial who won this thing, but honestly, I think Miles Johns just did Miles John stuff, and I think Gene Matsumoto was just being a technical master in there and just picking him apart and throwing out beautiful leg kicks and getting the takedowns when he needed to. I think it was just another very good Gene Matsumoto performance. Miles Johns really has been the same fighter since he debuted in the UFC. So I'm happy that Gene Matsumoto won. He's younger and he has more to show in the UFC. Can you hear me, Vinny, by the way?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Sorry, I thought I was really delayed or something. But yeah, Miles Johns is just, he's a very simple and one note binary kind of striker, absolute dullard. And Gene Matsumoto, I just think he did just enough to edge by. Honestly, Gene Matsumoto is always winning very too close of contests, and honestly pisses me off and makes me stressed every time I have to pick him to win a fight. But he was able to this time, so good for him. Wasn't so lucky with the second decision of the night. Technically it was the second. Fucking Cody Bumditch, dude. How does he let it go to a decision? Andre Touchy Feely, the protege of the legendary Sean Combs, also known as P. Diddy, was able to continue his reign of terror in the UFC and beat maybe one of my least favorite fighters in the UFC, Christian Rodriguez, C-Rod, the prospect killer, the evil, flabby gatekeeper. Honestly, C-Rod could get cut from the UFC after this. It was a back and forth affair. Feely was just the longer guy, no Diddy, and he used his height and reach advantages to his advantage and just technically beat the crap out of C-Rod and didn't play his game, didn't get taken down at all. Just, technically picked him apart over 3 rounds and honestly was sort of a boring affair. But, C-Rod lost. Bad for my picks, but good for my spirit because I just hate Christian Rodriguez with a passion and want him to lose every turn in his career. Honestly, I'm pretty satisfied. So I keep screwing C-Rod
Hey, dude,
over.
I don't mean to cut you off, bro, but let me eat my food and I'll come back.
Okay.
I'm just super hungry.
All right. Sounds good. Enjoy your meal, man.
All right.
No problem.
All right, bro.
But yeah, Andre Feely beat up Christian Rodriguez, picked him apart, showed him levels. And Christian Rodriguez just had nothing for him. He's a very simple fighter when he can't get his takedowns. So bit him in the butt once again. So, I'm so yeah. Andre Philly, how about it, man? And go Andre Philly. Andre G. Feely. He's still got it, dude. And he'd be a very annoying fighter to do it too. So honestly, a double win. Is anybody still alive in the live chat? By the way, I'm sorry, a lot happened in the space of a couple minutes. So and then Yasmin Lucindo was able to beat Angela Hill. Angela Hill, she was finally over the hill, folks. Looked worse than ever. Touchy Feely. I know it's honestly a very creepy nickname, but it's the one he goes by, so we're running with it. Yeah, Yasmin Lucindo just beat the shit out of Angela Hill, took her down at will. On the feet, she looked way faster, way better output. Hill just really had nothing for her. It sort of looked like the Tabitha Ritchie performance, and I'm honestly shocked that they even allowed a split decision because it was just all Yasmin Lucindo. I mean, it's honestly good for Lucindo because she's, young, 23 years old. She's got a lot of untapped potential. She's got a future in the UFC, so it's honestly good that she won a decision here. But yeah, Angela Hill is no longer the prospect killer that we all thought she was, and it's sort of sad to see. I like Angela Hill. I like her fights, but well, when she lets it be competitive, Hill's got to retire. Got to agree with you there, Big Onk. Unfortunately, yes. But yeah, Lucindo just dominated in every aspect of the fight. I'm honestly sort of shocked. It was so one-sided, but it's just how it goes when you reach a certain age where you just let the young eat the old. What's the word for it? Yeah, the young eat the old. So it's an age game a lot of the time in this sport, and finally happened, man. I don't know if Hill's gonna win another fight in the UFC again after what I just witnessed here. So honestly, very, very sad. Honestly, it's women's MMA, so Hill could always win a split, but and then we had the co-main event between Steve Erceg and O'Day Osborne, and I will admit it was more competitive than I thought it was going to be. O'Day Osborne looks fast for his age, man. What is he, like 37, 38, 39? He looked like he was fucking 25, 26 years old against like a 34-year-old Erceg or something. Because Erceg looked super lanky and back and forth and sort of static in his movements, if I'm being real. And O'Day Osborne looked just hyperkinetic, super fast, Canelo hands, actual Canelo hands, unlike Bilal Muhammad, Bully B. But O'Day Osborne, yeah, he looked like Norman Osborn when he gets, injected with the fucking Green Goblin venom, So he looked pretty damn good in this fight. Hurt Erceg in the first round. Made me think it was all over for old Stevie. But Erceg adapted. That's the thing, guys. Sometimes you have really talented fighters, but they start to go on losing streaks. And then they just forget what it's like to win a fight or how to win a fight. And it felt like this was going to be it for Erceg, honestly. He looked like he was just unmotivated. He looked slow, snailish pace, timid. I think that Erceg's going to look a lot better after this win because he started to just get a little better as the fight went on, started to put his combinations together, started to evade the striking of O'Day way more. And then by round 3, he was able to get that takedown and absolutely dominated on the back of O'Day, and the game plan started to take effect. I think Erceg started to improve and learn his opponent as it went on, and that actually gives me a lot of hope that Erceg can keep winning fights after this. With Dominic Reyes, he looked horrible, worst he's ever looked, and then next thing you know, bam, he's on a God, how many fights is it? 2-fight win streak, I think it is. It's only 2 fights, but he looks fantastic. He looks completely born again, even after all the punishment that he's taken. So if Dominic Reyes can do it, then I think that Steve Erceg can do it too. So I got faith in Erceg to bounce back. Dude pretty much beat the champion, so I got faith in he can do it again. Unk knows the exact brand of humor that I like. Michael Scott got the job after getting hurt in the first round. Goes to show how much heart he has. Our fucking boy Michael Scott, the number one CEO, number one regional manager at Dunder Mifflin, dude. Michael Scarn. Prison Mike, dude. Prison Mike. You don't want to mess with Prison Mike. He survived the Dementors. Had to eat nothing but gruel sandwiches for a year. Prison Mike has seen some shit. Once he survives it, there's no coming back. Oh yeah, he destroyed Anthony Smith. I forgot about that. Yeah, if Dominic Reyes can do it, anybody can. But yeah, but the worst part about the UFC were the Dementors. They would fly all over the place. They suck the soul out of your body and height. And he never got caught neither. Don't drop the soap, Big Unk. Don't drop the soap. O'Day is always fast. It's true. It's amazing how he does it. Maybe it's that Jamaican, heritage. First round he gets in control, then fades. Yes, sir. Let's go. Thank God. Michael Scott won it. It's Brittany, bitch. Brittany's back, bitch. Good old. Well, you jump to the left and you shake that hand. Then you jump to the right and you shake that hand. Meet new friends, tie that yarn. That's how you do the scarn. Let's talk about the best part of this whole card. Let's talk about it, shall we? Let's talk about a man that goes by the name Fluffy. And no, I'm not talking about Gabriel Iglesias. I am talking about the man, the myth, the middleweight, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, who just put an absolute butt whooping on Roman Dolidze. Follow the Roman Empire, troopers and grinders. Anthony Hernandez just put that pace on him, got in his face, wanted to brawl, got it, and then just kept hitting Dolidze with a 2 after a 2 after a 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. Just kept getting around that guard over and over again. Elbows up against the fence. And then Roman Dolidze just kept crumbling, man. Every time he got taken down, it felt like a part of him was fucking dying. His face looked like a Jackson Pollock masterpiece by the time the fight was over. I love Hernandez's work on top, just knees to the body, just grabbing his chest and his waist and just pushing him down and putting his weight on him. Dude, DC was fucking nutting. DC was nutting watching this fight. He was gooning to Roman Dolidze too. Bless you. But yeah, Roman Dolidze just looked like a fucking mess by the time this was over. Hernandez was just encouraging the fight throughout. My kind of fucking fighter, dude, ready to fucking throw down, you know? And knees to the body, beating him up, just punches around the guard wall. Dolidze was on his chest, just beating the absolute dog shit out of him. And beautiful stuff. I do think Hernandez needs to keep on working on finishing ability because, in my opinion, he could finish a lot of these fights in like round 2, round 3, but if he wanted to. But dude, I mean, these 5 rounders were made for Fluffy Hernandez. Just was able to punch him, knee him. I'm glad he started kneeing him to the head in round 4. He could have done that in round 2 and 3. Let's be honest, guys. When he had him in the perfect position, he could have just boom, 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 hit him with those knees to the head over and over again very early on in the fight. Did it later. That's fine. But dude, then he locked in that rear naked. It was perfect. Just perfect performance from Fluffy Hernandez. Y'all must have forgot. Allen always gets a close fight out of people. We just got to realize that. Brendan Allen's opponents finish everybody else up. But Allen somehow manages to always make it a fight. But anybody else, Hernandez just fucking bloodies up and destroys, dude. I love this guy. I hope he keeps on moving up at middleweight because he deserves it. Michael Scott versus Alex Perez next. I think that'd be good. Although, dude, it's sort of a chance that Alex Perez just knocks out Erceg, right? Am I the only one who's a little scared about that? Like, Perez looked perfect against what's his face? I forget. Brazilian dude. What was his name? Mateus Nicolau. Dominated Mateus Nicolau. And honestly, Erceg's sort of that kind of fighter. I'd be a little worried about that matchup if I was being honest. Fluffy bullied Roman like a kid, as he deserves to. I mean, honestly, that hairline is fallen away from him, so he's not a kid, but definitely got manhandled. Daddied. Daddy! Roman rarely gets finished. Hey, Roman, let's go bowling. Yeah. He does rarely get finished, but Fluffy Hernandez is the exception, man. He is an indomitable force. Dominant. Nicolau, yeah. Doesn't Erceg sort of remind you of Nicolau just a little bit? And how he's prone to getting dropped sometimes? Don't you get the feeling that Alex Perez might just box him up? Like, it's a very scary feeling. But then again, Erceg did beat pretty, if you believe certain people, he beat Moreno. So he's got a good chance. Yeah, Nicolau. Yeah, but it's a little scary. I wouldn't be 100% confident in Steve Erceg in that one. But that was a card. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think it was a really good card, very enjoyable. Lots of really fun finishes, and then a great main event to cap it off. So I'd give it a 7.5. I'd say it was a very good card. Not great, but very good. Lots of memorable moments we can put on the highlight reel at the end of the year. So that's always a good thing for the UFC, along with this Paramount deal, in my opinion, raking in billions of dollars. Anyway, we then move on to the first week of Contender Series, the main event of this stream. And I'll be going through these ones pretty rapidly. I'm sorry, Vinny, I might have to end the stream early because some things are going to be happening in a couple minutes, and I got to also talk to my buddy over the phone. So, yeah, we can definitely pick up this conversation later on in the week, but yeah, let's start with Murtaza Talha against Besangur Susurkayev. Yeah, I'm obviously picking Susurkayev here. Susurkayev is just getting knockout after knockout after knockout with the knee and ACA. That's really good. Another knee shows he's pretty talented in that regard. Here we go. But Surkayev, he's just very pressure heavy, got dynamite in his hands, Russian, but he's honestly a very good kickboxer. Whereas Talha, he was 0-4. Jesus, how bad is that? Rodolfo Bellato, who I just start to rate lower and lower with every fight he has, knocked him out. Everybody else, he gets down to the ground where he submits them. But Surkayev is, he's Russian from Chechnya. I doubt he has a bad takedown defense. And on the feet, it's just no comparison. Like, Surkayev's got that power. He's got the power. He's got really good timing. And Talha, is desperate for his takedowns, desperate to carpet bag. I doubt he does it here. I think Surkayev is at Rodolfo Bellato's level, if not above it. So I think Surkayev is going to probably knock out Talha in round 2, and I think he's going to look really good. I think Surkayev is a prospect to look out for. And middleweight, god damn, the talent pool at middleweight is so good, isn't it, guys? It's really good. BJJ saved Steve Urseg. It sure did, especially at the end there. Although I will say, yeah, he got tagged with that right hand, didn't he? By Ode Osborne. Alex Perez would light him up, dude. He really would light Urseg up. I honestly don't know if that's a good matchup for Urseg. BJJ saved him, he got that back take at the end, and that would have been nice if Urseg got a finish there, honestly. Would have helped his career a lot more, but got the win, saved his career. It is what it is. But yeah, good for Urseg. I'm a big fan of Steve, so I was very grateful. I'm sure that Juliana was very grateful as well. Yes, Surkayev's a beast. He's a beast. He's got a lot of power, great timing in his strikes, super quick, and he's got some Chechnyan anti-wrestling too. So give me Surkayev. We're going through week 1 of Contender Series, by the way. And then second fight of the evening will be Christopher Ewart Little against Yuri Panfarov. Jesus Christ, the guy skinned a polar bear for that jacket, I'm sure. He's contributing to climate change, troopers and grinders. He's not only leaving the polar bears on blocks of ice, he's actually skinning the polar bears alive to make his coats. What a fucking monster. For that reason, I have to pick Christopher Ewart here. He's got to eliminate this Craven the Hunter motherfucker, the skinner of polar bears. And Ewart, he is pretty in-your-face fighter, just like Surkayev. Knee to the chin. Ooh, brutal. Body shots, I like that. Very, very good finishes. He's also going to decisions, which is very good for cardio. 5-0 guy he goes to a decision with. Panfarov, meanwhile, again, he's a wrestler type. Got dominated by Finney, though. That's really not good. Dominated. Submitted by Torres Finney. Jesus Christ. Nobody can get finished by Torres Finney. So that's honestly a really bad look. Rocky Edwards. Knocked out Rocky Edwards? Man, maybe he's better than I thought. He destroyed Leon Edwards, guys. Trust. Then best I have, he apparently wasn't the best I have because he got knocked out by ground and pound. But Ewart, I think he's a solid wrestler and a striker. I think he's going to mostly just neutralize the wrestling. And Panfarov, he's a big boy. Let's look at the height differences, actually. Oh, same height. That might help him out. And Ewart, again, is just in your face, just willing to just trade and get a knockout every single time. So I think it's probably going to help him. That's Nunu from League of Legends. Well, I hope that Nunu gets told, nuh-uh, no soup for you. No UFC contract for you. I hope Nunu gets the nana from Christopher Ewart. Let me talk to you. And Christopher Ewart, Stuart Little. I think he would have knocked out, oh God, who was he supposed to face? I forget. Oh God, what was his name? He was like Charles Manson, you know? What was his name? Jackson McVeigh. He was supposed to fight Jackson McVeigh. I think Jackson McVeigh would have been absolutely destroyed. So, yeah. So I think you would have destroyed him. He'll probably destroy this Panfarov character. He needs wrestling and he's not going to get it. And then El Tanque, we like that. Christopher Ewart's nickname is El Tanque, like Hank the Tanque, and we like that. And I think Ewart Little's going to knock him out. He's going to chin him or TKO him, you know. Next, we have Jimmy Drago, Little Marco, Jimmy Drago against. Sorry, I'm in a Trump mood right now. I'm sorry. He's on the tongue. He's a piece of shit, and a lot of people know what he's doing. It's unfortunate, but Jimmy Drago's taking on Ty Miller. Now, I don't like that Ty Miller's an LFA fighter. The prospect from LFA never gives, and is never really a good sign. He was destroying Barros though before the accidental high poke. This is a battle of the no contest dudes. Both these guys had their fights go to a no contest, and I guess it just made perfect sense to match them up in that. I mean, why wouldn't you? It just makes perfect sense. Jimmy Drago won a decision against a 5-0. The thing that decides this fight, Tyler Stuart Little, Ewart Little, and sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Jimmy Drago, I think, is less accurate with the striking, has a lot less power. He's honestly pretty slow. Slower than Ty Miller. Can you believe it? Slower than Stephen Miller. But Ty Miller, I think he's just what is the height difference here? Oh, he's so tall compared to Jimmy Drago. Very big, very strong, and we like that. Miller time. Ty Miller time. He just looks slicker on the feet. He looks quicker. He impresses me more. He's younger, I believe, as well. Yeah, by 5 years. And Jimmy Drago just, I don't know. I don't think he has as much power as Ty Miller. I don't think his speed's good. I think even if he catches Miller, it's not going to do much. Whereas I think Ty Miller is going to really hurt him if he lands clean. I think he's more of a sniper. So give me Ty Miller to get a round 2 knockout. Let's go LFA. And then I think what will be the best fight on the whole card between Radley De Silva and George Mangos. The Mangos. George Mangos. And I think Vinny is he's got a heart on right now, man. Vinny is high on life hearing the name Mangos. He just wants to grab George Miller and eat him up, no diddy. He wants to have some of that freeze-dried mangoes, but unfortunately he's not going to have it. He's not going to have those mangoes, troopers and grinders, because I got Radley De Silva winning this. Tall Canadian Chad. Although he is the same height as Mangos, he is more of a capoeira fighter. So he just look at this 6-0 guy knocks him out with a spinning wheel kick. Other guy, he's beating the shit out of him and then gets the rear naked choke over and over again. Radley De Silva, he's just really tough. He's just throws a bunch of shit at range, very accurate with capoeira stuff, which is pretty dangerous. And George Mangos is more of a technical, just conventional boxer. He finds a way, man. He finds a way to win these fights. But this guy, Van Heerden, was out wrestling the shit out of him, and then flying triangle magically just sort of saved George Mangos there. He has a lot of memorable moments, but often those come under great adversity. I don't know. Mangos just seems like a more straight 1-2 kind of boxing type to me, whereas Silva's just a lanky, scary, always in it, 3-rounder, like cardio machine with great grappling and scary finishing ability. I think Mangos also has a lot of finishing ability, but on the ground, I just think De Silva's going to be a different beast. I don't know if Mangos can save himself here. I feel like Radley De Silva is just he's a scary Canadian, a very rare scary Canadian. I think they're getting sick of the whole Trump 51st state rivalry, and I think they're turning into a bunch of killers, guys. So, I mean, look at the last Canada card, So do not doubt the Canadians now, troopers and grinders. They are our allies. They are our neighbors. Oh, Canada, baby, as Isha would put it. But, yeah, Radley De Silva, the De Silva part sort of tells you where he got those amazing fucking guns and jeans from. Didn't get it from Canada, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, the dude is just always in the fight, constantly scary. I feel like Mangos, you can predict his style a little bit more than you can De Silva. I don't know. Silva just seems like a fucking cyclone. And George Mangos is also a very scary prospect. Honestly, both these guys should be in the UFC. I think De Silva is just going to manage to out-wrestle Mangos, though. I don't think this fight will end in a finish. I think De Silva will take it 3 rounds and win. Very close decision, and hopefully Dana just signs both these guys because they're both very deserving of a contract. That's the best we can hope for, troopers and grinders. And finally, the main event between Ilin Buafia and Nemius Santana. This world ain't good enough. I would give my life to bet on truth. Damn on it. Oh God, the way I see you move, 'cause you're so smooth. Sorry, we had to do some Carlos Santana there. Buafia, French fighter, instantly gonna fade. He's going to surrender, mon ami. Sorry, no offense, Anakin. But wins a 6-3 decision. Honestly, looks terrible against Paulin Bagai. Looks very timid. Looks very basic with his kickboxing style. Just throws a lot of stuff at range and prays that it lands. Throws a lot of straights. Wins some retirements. I don't like the look of that. Only this guy who wins with a real knockout. The other guy takes to a decision. Whereas Santana just finds power and then gets in brawls and he just knocks fools' heads off their shoulders. Marcos Vinicius split draw. I get that. It looks bad. But recently he's been finding actual finishes and showing actual power. I feel like he's going to be a style that Buafia isn't going to like. I think Buafia wants to keep it at range, at a distance, picking him apart, being just a tactician, whereas Santana just Ngannou ass, coming to brawl, knock your head off, getting right in the pocket, So I think that Buafia is going to try to make this a standard affair, and it's just not going to work out. And I think Santana is just going to come at him with everything, and eventually something's going to land. So give me Santana to win just a dumbass fucking round 1 knockout marauder ass, come forward, reckless abandon, no fight IQ, and just knocks Frenchie out, unfortunately. Rip. Here lies Anakin's hopes and dreams. What a baby. Yeah, that's going to do it for Hank's predictions for Contender Series Week 1, and that is it for my recap as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm very happy to have Contender Series back. I love Contender Series. One of my favorite times of the MMA year. So it's the most wonderful time of the year. Yes, sir. See, oh, Jesus. Let me, this should be a better view. All right, we're good. But yeah, that's going to do it, troopers and grinders. That's been my recap. Very good card. And this season of Contender Series is going to be fucking off the charts. So make sure to tune in every Tuesday evening because it's going to be 5 banger fights pretty much every single week. We got a stacked pool of talent this time around. The great fighters just keep on coming through the doors of the UFC. No Diddy. Probably going to be way better than the Ultimate Fighter winners. So guaranteed to get some big stars coming out of this season. So I'm looking forward to it, guys. I'm probably going to be on for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to sign out. So, last couple comments before Hank the Tank head your Grand Admiral packs his things and retreats. You got 1 minute. You got that, you stinking dirty animals. You filthy degenerates. Well, I think that's going to do it, guys. All right. I have been Hank the Tank. You have been the Troopers and Grinders. And as always, you have escaped the war zone for now. The Ricky Sue, de